Hey traders, and welcome back to another episode of the Trades and Gains Market Recap. Today we're going to talk about indexes, we're going to talk about Rivian and the fact that they may turn their first profit ever this year, and then we're going to wrap up and talk about Nvidia and how it was able to bounce back and snap the 3-day losing streak that it was currently on. To kick things off, we're going to go straight into our indexes, and the Nasdaq Composite and Dow were moving in complete opposite directions today. The Nasdaq Composite finished up 1.3%, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average lost around 0.8%. The S&P 500, however, rose around 0.5%. So let's get into the details and see what exactly happened here. The tech-heavy Nasdaq and S&P 500 indices took a hit on Monday, largely due to Nvidia's decline. Investors seem to be cashing in on their profits from AI-related stocks as the quarter comes to a close, raising concerns about whether the recent losses will continue. But have no fear, because Nvidia's stock rebounded today, surging over 5% after a 3-day decline that wiped out roughly $430 billion of its market capitalization. One analyst sees this as a buying opportunity, citing quarter-end rebalancing as the reason for the decline. Meanwhile, in the automotive world, Rivian stock is on the rise as the electric vehicle maker prepares to achieve its first per-vehicle profit in company history. The company is implementing cost-cutting measures to reach a positive gross margin by the end of the year, and one Wall Street analyst predicts over 60% upside for the stock. And continuing on with our Rivian news, they announced a major partnership with German automaker Volkswagen Group, which will invest up to $5 billion in the company as a part of a new joint venture to share EV architecture and software. This investment will provide Rivian with the funding it needs to develop its less expensive and smaller R2 SUVs set to roll out in 2026. With Rivian's stock on the rise and cost-cutting efforts paying off, investors are optimistic about the company's future as Rivian prepares to again turn its first profit. It's clear that this EV maker is going to be one to watch throughout the rest of this year. Moving on to the economic front, the S&P CoreLogic Case-Shiller report showed that home prices reached a new all-time high in April, although the annual growth rate slowed down compared to the previous month. The Conference Board's Consumer Confidence Index came in at 100 for June, slightly below expectations. Federal Reserve Governor Michelle Bowman warned that she's prepared to raise interest rates if keeping them steady doesn't help bring inflation under control. All eyes are now on Friday's update to the Personal Consumption Expenditures Index, a key indicator of inflation that the Federal Reserve closely watches.